Hello, beautiful people. Welcome on my YouTube channel Lumina Vitae, what means in Latin light of life. I'm K.Y.A.K, and in this video, I'm going to talk about building bridges between people and connection in diversity. I often reflect on how diverse we are as a society. We are so much alike and yet we are so different. Nevertheless, unnecessary distance arises regularly, sometimes even fear. This is partly because we all grow up in different circumstances, with different families, beliefs, schools, and living environments. These shape our view of the world. When we only look through our own lens, it becomes difficult to truly understand others. That is precisely why it is so important to remain open and to engage in dialogue with one another. True connection requires empathy and intercultural communication, the ability to show empathy for people with different backgrounds, social positions, and different experiences. This means looking beyond mere words and also paying attention to norms, to values and customs. By listening actively, letting each other finish speaking and remaining curious. Spaces created to learn from one another, without imposing anything on the other with respect for background into account, to acknowledge both differences and similarities, and to be critical of your own prejudices. By creating authentic encounters between different groups, cultural, social, or religious. When you approach each other as equals, and are open to one another's perspectives, space is created for an honest dialogue. There is also a large gap between rich and poor, and consequently a distance between people. This distance also stems from prejudices, which are often fueled by a limited understanding of each other's lives. Poverty is still too often viewed as a personal choice, while the influence of inequality of opportunity and circumstances is underestimated. At the same time, there is the idea that people in poverty can take a hit, that they are used to it, which diminishes empathy. It diminishes empathy. On the other hand, wealthy people are sometimes seen as cold or stingy and are quicker to be considered fully self-reliant, whereas people without financial means are more often labeled as dependent. These differences are also reflected in how people think and speak. People with more financial leeway often approach poverty from the perspective of solutions and long-term planning, whereas those experiencing poverty are primarily focused on surviving in the here and now. Where choices are limited, these divergent perspectives lead to less mutual understanding, causing people to drift apart more quickly. Underlying this divide are structural causes such as inequality in education, employment, and wealth. That is precisely why it is important to let go of prejudices and actively delve into the experiences of people facing a different financial reality. Only in this way can greater understanding and connection be re-established. In practice, this begins with simply yet powerful skills. Take time for one another, listen actively, acknowledge feelings, and ask open-ended questions. Do not try to immediately offer solutions, but be present. Communicate clearly by naming facts, feelings, and needs, and make concrete, respectful requests. Also pay attention to non-verbal signs such as body language and eye contact, which can vary by person or culture. Furthermore, create a safe environment where people feel free to be themselves. Show genuine interest, tolerate the discomfort that sometimes accompanies difficult conversations, and stay in touch with one another. This creates an inclusive society where people feel seen and heard. Ultimately, empathy and open communication form the basis of true connection. By putting yourself in the other person's shoes, you broaden not only your own perspective, but also yourself. The path unfolds when you are ready for it. Accept the lessons that come your way and trust that you are growing at your own pace. This is an invitation to open yourself up further in love, in expression, and in who you truly are. A reflective question: how can I consciously contribute to more connection and understanding in my environment today? If you like what I have to say, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching. This was K.Y.A.K and I see you next video.